So, how do you think a universe begins? Maybe not with a Big Bang, but with an egg. Yeah, you heard that right. Today we are diving into one of the most incredible stories of all time, straight from the ancient Hindu text, the Brahmanda Purana. It's a story where our entire universe hatches from one single, shining, golden egg.
Is really the biggest question there is, isn't it? Where does all of this come from? Every culture has its own story, its own answer. And the Brahmanda Purana gives us a vision that's just mind-boggling in its scale, but also kind of beautiful and simple. It all starts in complete and total stillness.
The story we're getting into today comes directly from these ancient pages, and the whole thing hinges on this one amazing idea, the Hiranyagarbha, which means the golden egg. This single concept is literally the seed from which everything we know is going to spring forth.
Okay, so before you have an egg, what do you have? The story doesn't just jump into creation. First, it sets the scene. It talks about what things were like before the beginning. You know, to really understand the light, you've got to understand the darkness first. I want you to try and imagine a state of perfect nothingness. The text calls it the unmanifest cause. It's described as this huge, dark, primordial ocean. There's no up, no down, no light, no dark, no sense of time. Just endless potential floating in the void, waiting for something to happen. And right into that silent, formless dark, a single point of light appears. This is the moment. This is when all that potential finally starts to become something real. The golden cosmic egg. So this is the key to the whole story. The Hiranyagarbha, the golden egg. And get this, the text says it was self-existent. It didn't come from anywhere, it just appeared. It was as brilliant as 1,000 suns, and packed inside that single point was everything, absolutely everything that would ever exist. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. The Purana says the egg wasn't just floating there by itself. Nope. It was nested, kind of like a cosmic Russian doll. The egg was at the center, and it was wrapped in layers of the elements, first by that primordial ocean, then by a layer of fire, then wind, and finally by the vastness of ether, or the sky. It's like a whole universe within a universe. Now, any egg, no matter how cosmic it is, needs something to hatch, right? And what comes out of this golden egg isn't the universe itself, but the one who's going to build it. And this is such a crucial point. The universe doesn't just accidentally explode into being. No, it is deliberately and consciously created. From inside this incredible cosmic seed, a being awakens, the architect of everything. The source text you're looking at right here is very specific. It tells us who this creator is. He is Brahma, the grandfather of all worlds, the being whose entire purpose is to take the raw potential inside the egg and shape it into a reality we can understand. But Brahma doesn't get to work right away. The Purana says he spends a divine year, which for us is an almost unimaginable amount of time, just sitting inside the egg contemplating. He's meditating on the cosmos he's about to create, planning everything out before he makes his first move. All right, after that immense period of meditation, Brahma is ready. It's time to get to work. The next phase begins, and it starts with him using the very thing he was born from. And this part of the story is just so poetic, I love it. Brahma splits the golden egg into two halves. He then uses the actual materials of the egg to build the universe. The shell, that becomes the heavens. The outer membrane becomes the earth. The fluids inside flow out to become all the oceans and rivers, and the yolk is lifted up to become the great mountain ranges. Nothing is wasted. It's the ultimate act of cosmic recycling. And the scale of this project is just immense. He's not just making stuff, he's creating order. He establishes the earth, lays out the massive continents, what the text calls dvipas. He sets the 4 directions, and then he looks up and populates the heavens, putting the sun, moon, stars, and planets into their perfect orbits. He's a divine engineer, bringing structure to absolute chaos. A structured universe is pretty amazing, but it's empty. So the final act of this grand creation story is to fill these new worlds with life in all of its incredible forms. And just look at the sheer diversity here. From his own mind and body, Brahma brings forth this whole catalog of beings. He creates the devas and the asuras, the gods and demons. He creates the spirits of ancestors, the great progenitors who would go on to father humanity, and then of course humans themselves. And he doesn't stop there. He fills the world with animals, birds, insects, and every kind of plant.
Suddenly, the empty cosmos is just bursting with life.
And that brings us to the end of this amazing creation story. And it leaves you with a really powerful thought to chew on. If everything, the sky, the earth, gods, demons, every person, every animal, every single leaf on every tree, if all of it ultimately comes from the substance of one single golden egg, what does that say about how everything is connected? It suggests this deep, fundamental link, an invisible thread that ties the entire cosmos back to one single brilliant source. What do you think that means?